Hello all. So welcome back. It's been long that last we met, but welcome you all again for this. We are launching our test series for sociology. So I'm basically very thrilled to introduce you to our comprehensive sociological test series, mains test series that we are going to launch, and it is more designed for you guys in order to face the upcoming examination that will be coming up. So there are newses and there are notifications. I mean, as such, now there is no official notification, but there are news that there will be a change in the pattern of like mains, and instead of 60 marker questions, there will be more of 20 markers and more in line with the pattern of UPSC, right? So no worries, we are here. We'll be handling and dealing with that, and making it more effective and enjoyable to you guys, so that you are able to um, not only address the answers, but also you are able to understand like how to write the answers, right? So the concept of writing it, the concept of understanding the keywords in the particular question, that's more important. So if the question comes in 20 marker or in 10 marker, no worries, you can answer it like however it is coming, right? And yeah, I mean, and this will not only help you in like facing the mains or like dealing with the mains questions, but looking at the future aspect, like how once you become an join the services, even in that, yeah, this particular things will be helping you, because in a way sociology is something that is very much at the ground related with a particular society, right? So you have to go at the ground and you have to deal with these things. So if you understand the crux of society, you are able to address that question, and it will also be helping you in order to address the whole larger framework of the larger society, right? So yeah, we have crafted our test series in regard with that only, keeping in mind that only, and we have come up with a detailed answer, detailed sectional module questions, and breaking down your whole syllabus into sections. So we will be providing you the detailed sectional questions. After that, you will be having a sessions with us. So it should not be it's just that like we have framed certain framework of the questions, and we are just pitching it to you guys and you are just answering it. Rather it should be more blended with interactions, right? So if at all there is in between, there will be a review after every test, and you guys will be free to come up with your what do you say, your suggestions and your feedbacks, like how you want the test series to be, whether you want these questions to be like this, or you want the test series pattern to be in line with that, like it is not going in the pattern of how you guys were expecting it. So there will be a regular feedback, if not after one test series, at least after two test series to for sure, so that we are able and we are in line with that particular thing. So interaction is that what is the key. And thirdly, we'll be also having a separate group of the aspirants who are like joining our test series, so that it's a community approach, and me and Suraj both are this time involving in this particular program. So we both will be guiding you, and there will be a daily answer writing sessions also, and if and we'll be also pitching up any contemporary topics that are coming up, like suppose recently there was a case on LGBT, honor killing, and women's reservation bill. So these all concepts are very like familiar concepts. Day to day changes are happening in this, but we'll be dealing with this in the sociological perspectives, with the aspects of thinkers, other aspects of like how to deal it in a intersectional way, a particular thing has happened and this was in a particular section, which affected it. Like suppose a woman's bill came and it was for the woman, so you have to understand the intersectionality of it, like by making it relating it with caste, suppose class. It is just not a gender issue that is being talked about it. So intersectionality of the issues, the thinker's approach in it, analyzing it through that approach, international practices available in regard with that. So it will be a more holistic framework that will be coming up, and like we'll be giving those perspectives in these contemporary topics in these channels and all. And but yeah, exclusively that will be only for the ones who are joining our test series, right? So rest all you can for the time being, like before we are starting the test series, we can have a previous year questions answer writing sessions before that. And maybe we will be starting our test series by 12th next week, I guess. And Suraj was unavailable this time, but he will be joining it. He'll be joining next what do you say, next week, and we can take over from there. So like over here I'll be discussing one question, like how we'll be preparing our model answers, like how our model answers are going to be, kind of things. Feedback, suggestions, always and every time welcome, right? So yes, so like suppose this was a question in 2019 and it was a 60 marker question. What do you understand by the content analysis? And the similar question also came in 2018 under the 20 marker. So over here, like we have framed it as per the 60 marker. No worries, we'll be telling you how to write if the question is coming under the 60 marker, if suppose the pattern is not changing, and how to write it if it is coming in 20 marker, and how to write it when it is coming under 10 marker, right? And so like what is the main thing that you have to write it, right? So like suppose it is, if it is coming under the 60 marker, content analysis, what do you understand by content analysis? We have to discuss about it, discuss, critically analyze, examine, and like these are the keywords, right? I guess you are familiar with these keywords. If not, I can we can have a separate session on that. But for a time being, like suppose the question is asking about discussing the particular analysis, like particular methodology, like which is content analysis. So we'll start with the intro, where we'll be defining this is a methodological tool and how this methodological tool is used. So a brief description of what you are going to write in it, right? After that, what are the methodology that involves under the content analysis, right? That will be the second part of your body, where you will be writing that there will be a sampling, then coding, analysis and interpretation. How much sample you will be choosing, the sampling size, the coding after collecting of the samples, how you will be coding them, then you will be analyzing it, right? These will be now see, there are certain keywords in it, like whether it is a quantitative method, a qualitative method, right? These are the keywords things. Then you have to also mention like sampling, right? Sampling, suppose we are mentioning it. So like what is sampling, you need to understand that. Then only you can write, like you have to do sampling, you have to do coding, then analysis, then interpretation. So first you need to keep in mind like how a particular research is being conducted on the ground. So if you're familiar with that, you will be able to answer any methodological questions very easily, right? So it is just not content analysis, it is just not sampling, RCT, or any other methodological methods. It is just that like you should be having a context of like how to approach this. First you need to have a samples, then you go with the questionnaires, you prepare in that you prepare a questionnaires, then you go with the what type of methods of questionnaires that will be consisting of, whether it is a qualitative or a quantitative way. So if it is a qualitative, what type of interview you will be taking up, semi-structured or structured. So it is something in regard with that. So over here, like switching back, so first then you will be writing how the methodology will proceed, then you will be writing what will be the purpose, what is the purpose of this, right? So you'll be able to understand the preliminary understanding of this particular topic of whatever the hypothesis that you have created. Hypothesis is a keyword over here, right? Then you will be able to understand the social trends that are available in the society or that particular topic. So you have to correlate this with thinkers, substantiate these particular key terms with thinkers. So like Herbert Blumer, how he being an interactionist sociologist, how he tries to use this method in his particular approach. Similarly, assessing the public opinion, right, by and large, how the society is functioning, how it is been uh, pitching up its own opinions. So Stuart Hall comes up with his cultural studies, where he says about this, how he uses this particular um, methodology to understand the society. Similarly, historical analysis is being able to come up, like we are able to understand historical analysis, like how Durkheim used it in terms of the tribes, right, and in terms of his societal case, enemy. Similarly, the subjective interpretation, how Max Weber uses it in his interpretative understanding of particular like uh, individual or particular social issues, right? So this is how we are going to use it. Then we are going to write the applications of what is the application of this in the contemporary like society or sociology. So social media analysis, fake news and misinformations can be analyzed. Media, gender and media representation can be done. Political discourse can be understood. Online communities can be come up, and like we can get a broad idea of that. And then you will be writing a conclusion to this, like how from Durkheim to Marx to Weber, how they have understood used this particular approach or this particular methodology in their particular researches, and able to come up with the thoughts. So see, it's very concise, like what how you have to approach it. You have to write an intro where you will be defining it, giving a brief idea what is going to be content in my body. The body you are going to write with a methodology, substantiating it after that, adding purpose you are substantiating it with thinkers, because that purpose is what how the thinkers are using it, right? And then you are going to write the application of it and concluding it. Now this is the format for the 60 marker. Now if similar question comes under the 20 marker, you will cut down this particular methodology content, because it is very descriptive, like you're describing every sections of methodology, like what is sampling, what is coding, what is analysis, right? So you will be just curtailing down this particular methodological section, and you will be just writing the keywords in it: sampling, coding, analysis, interpretation, right? And directly after the intro you will be jumping to the purpose, like how it is being used in the history, like by the different sociological thinker, in order to understand, or in order to come up like what and how the research or the particular aspect of the society is being functioning, right? So the trends, the opinions, the historical analysis, and now again these will not be this broad. You have to just stick to the aspect of what Max Weber said, what the Marx says, uses in terms of understanding the alienation, or in terms of that historical materialism in itself was a content analysis, where he tries to understand it through the history of the progress, right? So if you have the idea, you know the concept, you are able to understand, and you will be able to use those thinkers in particular context. Similarly, Durkheim, so you will be just concising these particular things. Similarly, application, you won't be writing too much, because this will be coming under the conclusion. Then you'll be just concluding with the application part, right? So this will be for a 20 marker, and similarly will be for the 10 marker, where you'll be writing 150 words. So you'll be like just sticking to the thinkers of Max Weber, or like prominent thinkers whom you like, which is coming like two thinkers, broad, Max, concluding it with the application part, starting with the purpose, right? Thinkers, only two thinkers by and large, and then directly going to the conclusion part, where you'll be writing the application of it. So see, we'll be preparing it for the worst like, okay, if the question is not coming for the 10 marker or a 20 marker, because see, you can see over here also, the question came in 2019 for a 60 marker and 2018 for a 20 marker, and this question might come in the next year, in the upcoming year, for a 10 marker, right? So you need to have a pura, like, full idea of that particular concept, so that you can now concise it. So like, I have this approach of like, discussing and understanding the concept. Like, if I have a broad idea of whatever the concept is, I can concise it based on the need. Similarly, some students have an approach where they come up with like, if they have a like a brief idea of it, right, so they can like elaborate it more. But I mean, either way you can go around it. But I mean, I feel like this will be better. Your suggestions and feedbacks are welcome on this. If you want any changes in this, you can contact. And yes, so let's start this journey. Let's start it soon. And all you all are welcome. And thank you, thank you, thank you for the feedback.